guys, are you willing to learn the different poses in yoga? As you can see in the video, I performed the 4 poses in yoga according to the sequence, namely the vinyasa, the warm up, power, and core strength poses. But first, we need an instructional video to know on how to execute the poses that I performed. So, let's go to meditate through learning yoga. The first thing that we need to do is to have a warm-up exercise.
That I'm more than just a rumor or a song on your computer. There's more to me than people know. Some days I'm broke, some days I'm rich, some days I'm nice, some days I can be a bitch. Some days I'm strong, some days I quit. I don't let it show, but I've been through some shit. I can swear, I can joke, I say what's on my mind. If I drink, if I smoke, I keep up with the guys. And you see me holding up my middle finger to the world, like your ribbons and your pearls. Cause I'm not just a pretty girl, I'm more than just a number. I'm a hater, I'm a lover. Sometimes it's hard for me to show that I'm more than just a title or a comic going viral. There's more to me than people know. Some days I'm broke, some days I'm rich, some days I'm nice, some days I can be a bitch. Some days I'm strong, some days I quit. I don't let it show, but I've been through some shit. I can swear, I can joke, I say what's on my mind. If I drink, if I smoke, I keep up with the guys. And you see me holding up my middle finger to the world, like your ribbons and your pearls. Cause I'm not just a pretty girl, I'm not just a pretty girl. Yeah, I'm not just a pretty girl. No, I'm not just a pretty girl. I can swear, I can joke, I say what's on my mind. If I drink, if I smoke, I keep up with the guys. And you see me holding up my middle finger to the world, like your ribbons and your pearls. Cause I'm not just a pretty girl, I'm not just a pretty girl. Yeah, I'm not just a pretty girl. No, I'm not just a pretty girl.
The first vinyasa pose is the chaturanga. From plank pose, press forward on your tiptoes and shift your shoulders beyond your wrists. Then lower your shoulders to 90 degrees. In the upward facing dog, pull your shoulder blades in toward your spine and down your back and lift your sternum skyward to open your chest and maximize your breath. And the hands and the tops of the feet are the foundation. Here, you lift your hips up and back to down dog. Next is the warm-up poses. First is the child's pose. Bring your big toes together, widen your knees to the edges of your mat wide enough so that your ribs can settle between your thighs. Stay with your breath and bring your attentions to your hands. For tabletop, come to your hands and knees, stack your shoulder over your wrists and your hips over your knees. The first modification and adaptation for tabletop is the extended tabletop. Tuck your toes to create more stability and remain your shins in. As the left leg is extended, the right arm is forward with thumb up and open fingers. In the awkward airplane from tabletop position, firm your left leg and kick your heel to the left at hip level. As the right arm extended to the wall on the right, just hold for 5 to 10 deep breaths, then return to tabletop position. From tabletop position, touch your right elbow to your left knee. The back in a cat pose is rounded and the core is lifted. Just keep going 1 breath per movement for 5 rounds or more, then repeat to the other side. Next is the cat and cow. Come to tabletop on your hands and knees with your hands rooted under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Press the ground away and tuck your chin to your chest. Here, you just lie on your back, bring the soles of your feet together and spread your knees wide. As the hands is on the chest, close your eyes and tune into your breath. This would be done in the twist with eagle legs. Lie down and gently pull your right knee to your chest as you extend your left leg long. Hold your right knee and twist it across to the left side of your mat. Make sure that the arm is at the level of your shoulder. Just relax, unwind, come through the center and repeat on the other side. On the easy pose, sit on the floor or the blanket so that your hips are higher than your knees. Grab your right knee with your left hand, place your right fingertips behind your sacrum, then your chin so you look over your back shoulder. Easy seated fold. Keep your ankles crossed, walk your hands forward and bow your head and heart toward the ground, breath into your middle and upper back. This time, you thread your right arm under your left armpit and rest your right cheek or the head on the mat. Hold, then unwind, and repeat on the other side. Knees to chest is to lie on your back and squeeze both knees into your chest. Hold your legs either behind your knees or on the front of your shins. Then rock back and forth from your shoulders to your toes by using the core strength. On the supported hero pose, kneel on the floor with your shins parallel, the tops of your feet on the ground, your toes facing the back of your mat and your heels by your hips. Then tune into your breath. Here, stand with your feet together at the top of your mat and your heels slightly separated and your hands at the heart center. Upward salute is the first adaptation for mountain pose. From mountain pose, sweep both arms to the sky on your inhale and lengthen through your entire body. Mountain pose with side bend. From mountain pose, you slowly extend your arms up to bend side, then inhale and exhale at the center, then inhale on the other side. On the open arm twist, extend both arms high on your inhale, use your exhale to twist. With your inhale, return to the center and lift both arms high, exhale, and twist in the other direction. From tabletop, plant your hands shoulder distance apart, lift your hips and straighten your legs to create an inverted V shape. Down dog splits would be done from downward facing dog as inhale. Lift your left leg high and then lift from your inner left thigh. Relax, add a flow sequence from one inhale and then repeat on the other side. From standing forward fold, bend your knees, slide your palms to your shins, and press firmly into your legs. In this pose, you need to make sure that your neck is neutral and aligned with your entire spine. Relax and tune into your breath. In standing forward fold, hang at your hips, fold your torso over your thighs, and touch your front ribs to your thighs. High plank is from downward facing dog. Shift forward and stack your shoulders over your wrist and extend your heels to the back of your mat in a high push-up pose. From downward facing dog to plank pose, lift your right foot and curl your right knee and toward your nose. Keep your shoulders stacked over your wrist and arc your upper back. From downward facing dog to plank pose, lift one foot off the earth with your heel in line with your hip, and then repeat on the other side. Plank with ankle cross is to be done with downward facing dog to plank pose, and then lift one leg to hip level and flex your lifted foot. Cross your lifted foot ankle over your bottom ankle. Engage your legs together. From downward facing dog to high plank, lower your whole front body and knees down to the mat, and your neck must be neutral. Start by lying down on your front body. Press your palms into the mat and slide your thumbs back by your lower ribs. Set your gaze straight ahead so that your chin is neutral, or lift your gaze to the sky. From tabletop, lower your whole front body down to the mat. As you inhale, engage your back body and curl your chest up. Keep your gaze down at your mat and your neck is neutral. From a standing forward fold, bend your knees deeply as if you were sitting in a chair. Set your gaze straight ahead and continue to generate your steady and balanced breath. Warrior 1 is to be done from a downward facing dog. In order to step your right to your right thumb, use your core strength. As the hands is facing upward, keep a deep bend in your front knee and stack your knee over your front ankle. Next is the power poses. Warrior 2 is from downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward to the top of the mat and ground your back heel to the earth, and both arms are extended at shoulder level. With your right foot forward, flip your front palm, reach your right arm to the sky, and slide your left arm down to your back leg. Extended side angle is to align your heels in your wide warrior 2 stance. Keep your front knee bent, place your lower forearm to your thigh, and sweep your top arm overhead. Bend your knee, wrap your top arm behind your back and your front arm under your front leg. Take a wide warrior stance on your mat. Turn your front foot to 12 o'clock. Strengthen both legs while keeping a slight bend at your front knee. With a wide warrior stance on your mat, lift your bottom hand and reach forward to the front wall with your biceps by your ear. Reverse triangle. With both legs straight, flip your front palm and reach your right arm to the sky and your left arm down your back leg. Bend your right knee, interlace your fingers at your lower back and create a bind. Bend your elbows deeply and hug your shoulder blades together with the head face to the floor. With a long stand on your mat, bend your front knee to 90 degrees and align your front knee over your ankle and arms facing upward. Place your back knee down to your mat. Working with your back knee down can help build strength and stability with your legs and both arms facing upward. Low lunge with quad strength is to come into a low lunge with your right foot forward, bend your back knee and reach back with your left hand to catch your back foot. Interlace your fingers at lower back, bend your elbows deeply to access your upper back and hug your shoulder blades in toward your center line. In your lunge, align your chest at a 45-degree angle and squeeze your shoulder blades. Sweep your arms back alongside with your palms facing to the earth. Fire lunge is from a full crescent lunge. Set your left knee to the mat, untuck your back toes and press the top of your left foot down into the ground with arm facing upward. Star pose. Step your feet wide apart facing the long edge of your mat and spread your arms up and out to the sides. Align your ankles under your wrists. Take a wide stance facing the long edge of your mat. Bring your fingers to the ground for support or use your index and middle fingers together to hold your big toes and pull your elbows wide to use your arm strength to dip your fold and drop your head and let your neck unravel. Take a wide stance, walk your fingers to line up with the arcs of your feet and press up onto your fingertips. Take a wide stance and bend back by interlacing your fingers behind your back to create a bind to open and rinse your shoulders. Or seal your prayer hands at your back into reverse namaste to open your shoulders and strengthen your wrists. From Warrior 2, step your back foot up toward the top of your mat, strengthen both legs, bring your hands forward to the face front of your mat. Come into a wide stance, bend your knees deeply, stack your shoulders over your pelvis, unite your palms together at your heart. Take a wide stance, bend knees, work arm variation into longer holds, triangle arms for shoulder opening. Bend knees, press your palms into your thighs and dip one shoulder to center. Repeat on the other side. Hold for 5 to 10 breaths or add simple movements with breath. The big toe pose is to ground down through all four corners of your feet. Connect your index and middle fingers together and slide them in between your big toes and second toes. Ground down, slide your palms under your feet with your toes facing the heel of your hands and your toes up to the creases in your wrists. Come into a kneeling position on your heels. Tuck your toes under and sit back on your heels. From a standing position, separate your feet wide enough so that both heels are on the ground as you come into a squat while the hands are at the heart center. From a standing position, prepare to ground down into the floor and lift your hips in line with your knees with interlaced fingers and extended arms long. From a standing position, lift your right leg and wrap your right thigh to your standing leg. Bend both knees and shift your weight onto your left foot. Relax and stay tuned to your breath. From standing position into modify eagle with arms variation, hold opposite shoulders or press your forearms together. Step forward, crunch your elbows down to touch your knees, hug everything in and pull your lower belly back. Shift your gaze down to the floor. Standing leg raise is to stand at the top of your mat, your hands on your hips. Lift your right knee up to the level and flex your foot. Raise your right leg, rotate your right leg out to the right side, keep your heel away from your body as you flex your foot and firm your leg muscles. Standing at the top of your mat, lift your left foot to the inner thigh of your standing leg, unite your palms to prayer position. To modify its adaptation, you can make your arms as the branches of the tree by facing it upward. Anchor down into all four corners of your right standing foot, ignite and lift your quadriceps, bend your left knee and catch the arc of your left foot. To modify its adaptations, dancer with flexed foot is to flex your lifted foot and align your toes at 12 o'clock. Plant your right hand about 12 inches in front of your standing foot in line with your pinky toe and lift onto your fingertips. Place your left hand on your left hip or facing it upward. Plant your right hand at the floor, bend your top knee and hold your foot or ankle with your top hand. Step forward, release your top hand to the mat and square both hips to the ground and keep your back leg lifted. From standing forward fold with knee toward the chest, kick your lifted heel at the back, reach your arms straight and set your gaze to the floor. To modify airplane pose, sweep your arms along your side with your palms facing down and open your arms like wings. Standing splits is to ground your feet, inhale, lengthen to your spine into halfway lift and press up onto your fingertips, shift your weight onto your right foot. Chair twist. Bring your feet together in the center of your mat and sit deeply into chair pose. Touch your big toes together and unite your hands to heart center. To modify open arm chair twist, reach your left arm forward and right arm back. Extend your hands away from one another as you open cross your chest. Crescent twist. In crescent lunge, connect your hands at heart center, ride your breath, and face forward. To lessen the intensity of the pose, set your back knee down to the mat, seal your back heel to the mat, and work your twist with warrior one legs. To modify open arm crescent twist, reach your left arm forward and your right arm to the back of your mat. Stretch your arms away from each other and open across your chest. Here, you turn your left palm up and extend your left arm up to the sky. Slide your right hand down the back of your left leg. In the dragonfly twist, plant your left hand to the mat under your left shoulder, open your chest, and reach your right arm to the Sit on the ground and extend both legs forward. Bend your right knee and step your right foot over your left leg to the outside of your left thigh. Tent your right fingers behind your sacrum. Hook your elbow over your right thigh. Hold and breathe deeply as you unwind. From your triangle base, rotate both hips forward to the front of your mat. With your right forward, bring your right hand to your right hip and reach your left arm high. From a downward facing dog, step your feet wide off the outer edges of your mat. Walk your hands halfway back to your feet. Wrap your left arm under your right armpit and hold your right ankle. The boat pose is to be done from a lying position to sit and hook the hands behind the knees and lift the heels to the knee level and extend the heels up and forward. To intensify this pose, extend your heels high and reach your arms forward, activate your feet and fan your toes open. Place your hands behind your knees, bend your knees and lift your shins parallel to the ground or touch your toes to the mat. Engage your lower abdomen and lift your chest up and open. Lower down until your legs and upper back hover above the floor in a line. Extend your arms forward and keep your back broad. Lie on your back, extend both heels and arms to the sky. Slow down your hands as you lower your right leg and hold your left leg. Lie on your back, extend both heels to the sky, lengthen your arms along the side of your body and press your palms flat on the ground. Lower your left leg so your heel hovers 6 inches off the earth. Start in downward facing dog, shift forward and touch your right knee to your right triceps. Lie on your back, interlace your hands behind your head, extend your right leg out long and keep your left knee bent. And for the last pose, we have the crow crunches. Lie down on your back and stretch out long, pull your belly button to your spine and firm your legs, hug your knees against the back of your arms, close to your armpits and hollow out your midsection.
Don't lie, I know you've been thinking it. And 2 times you let it slip from your lips. You got too much pride to make any promises. Thinking that we got time and you wanna keep it in. I want you out in the pouring rain. I want you down on your knees, praying to God that I feel the same. I'm right here, baby, so please hold me up, tie me down, 'cause I never wanna leave your side. Swear to never let you down, and it's been eating me alive. You can take me home, you can never let me go. Hold me up, and tie me down, down, and tie me down, down, and tie me down, feet. Don't hide, you're wasting your energy. You're not shy, so baby it's useless. So don't try, 'cause you'll end up losing it. I want you out in the
Throughout the video, I think the muscles that being involved when doing yoga are the skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and the cardiac muscles, as they are part of our body that allows us to move. In fact, yoga also allowing us to meditate, improve our strength, balance, flexibility, and breathing that increase blood flow and warm up cells. Another is that the core muscles, the arms, legs, and the back part of our body muscles are also included on the targets when doing yoga. After all, yoga is a big help for me because I have a mild dextrocoliosis convexity of the thoracic spine, and at least aside from having a maintenance, I learned how to lessen the pain I have now through doing yoga. And even yoga won't fix scoliosis, maybe because of some difficult poses, but still I am thankful that it can help with pain and strengthen the muscles around my spine. Before I end this, I hope you learn yoga poses through watching this video, and also I would like to thank Charissa Rubrico and Karen Fehemere, my PE sisters who helped filming this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.